Welcome to the Citizen Channel, our monthly quiz. Yeah, our little monthly quiz. We've got 6 games to look at today in this, all for a bit of fun, a lot of images to be looked at, etc., etc. It's quite funny doing these. As you know, I used to do these weekly. It was a lot easier, but when you're going back a month and you're trying to find images that you've saved on your phone or whatever to put them in the quiz, and you think, where's that gone, and all this sort of thing, and then what was that question? So you sort of have to sort of work really hard, or I have to work really hard to sort of put this out there for you guys. But I know hopefully you enjoy it anyway, because I enjoy putting it together. But yeah, 15 questions. We've got 29 points, I think, more or less. I had a quick zip through up for grabs today. So if you know the quiz, it's family friendly. It's no big deal with this. You play it with mates, play it as a drinking game. You do whatever you want with it. Just a bit of fun. Just play it on your own and whatever. And obviously, if you get anywhere between 10 and 15 points, it'll be totally excellent, because as you know, obviously we start with Liverpool back at the start of October, so it's a long time and it's hard to remember. Even I can't remember the things, and I put the questions together. So anyway, all credit to whatever score you get. But let me know what score you get anyway. You can play this in real time, but I must admit there's some questions here that I'll probably have to pause for a couple of minutes if we were doing it in real time. So you just pause this little vlog if you want to have a little think on, because there's probably about 7 or 8 answers to look for in one question. So bear with me. Anyway, let's get on with this. Obviously, we played Liverpool, Burnley, Brugge, Brighton, West Ham and Palace. Not the most successful of months. It started well, but then it sort of went a little bit downhill, didn't it, towards the end, unfortunately. Right, let's look back. Question 1 covers Liverpool. Here we go. We're going to have a look at Liverpool. There's either 2 or 3 questions on each game to make up the 15 questions. Right, Liverpool, yes. Liverpool is, in general knowledge, this recently extended their main stand, didn't they? And they will be soon extending another famous stand to take their Anfield capacity over 60,000. It currently stands about 54, 55. So which stand are they actually upgrading? So what stand? They've done the main stand, so what's the name of the stand that they're actually going to be upgrading next? So that's quite it's one most of us have probably stood in or sat in or whatever. Probably stood in. Not many people sat down in there unless it's been half time, of course. Right, question 2. The game, of course, ended 2-2. Here we go. This is one you might have to think about, or pause this if you're struggling a little bit. For 4 points, put the goal scorers. Give me the goal scorers for 4 points, and if you put them in the correct order, you can get an extra bonus point. So there's 5 points up for grabs, so there might be actually 30 points in this competition. I can't remember how I've added up as 4 or 5 now. So give me the goal scorers, which is easy enough, isn't it? Sort of. But if you can give them as in order, the order that the goals were scored, I don't need to know what minute they were scored in. I'm not going to ask you that. But yeah, give us a goal scorers. If you get an extra point, you put them in the right order. So it was 2-2, so give us a goal scorers. And if you can, the order they were scored in for that extra point. Right, question 3, a visual one, this guy. Obviously, I need to look at the screen. Of course, KDB sends this on its way. It had a little bit of help into the goal, didn't it? But where's the ball? Spot the ball. Where is it? Is it A, B, C or D? Where do you think that ball is? Right, that's the Liverpool questions. On to the Burnley game. Yeah, missing word in the headline. We like this one, don't we? Missing word in the headline round. And here we go. There's the headline up there. Pep eager for brilliant blank to stay a blue. So who's he talking about? I say these are the sort of things that at the time was quite easy for me, but over time I forgot myself. I'd have to remind myself. But there you go. Missing word in the headline. Pep eager for brilliant blank to stay a blue. So who's that? Who's the answer to that one? Question 5, there you go. I told you it might be. It could be an easy one. This it might not be. Anyway, I'm not giving too much away. Who's that? Who's that? Who's sort of stick it out, if you like? Who's that? Right, on to Brugge, the game in Brugge, of course. Club Brugge have featured in 2 UEFA finals. Yeah, they've featured in a Champions League final or equivalent. It was called a European Cup, and they've also featured in the UEFA Cup final as well. They featured in 2 finals, but they lost them both. But against who did they lose the finals? So that's 2 points, 1 point for each team. So Club Brugge are featured in 2 European finals in their history, or European Cup final and a UEFA Cup final. But which 2 teams did they sadly lose both to? Question 7. There we go. So who's missing? Here we go. Who's missing from that City 11? I'm after two names, so 2 points up for grabs. Who's missing from the City 11 there against Brugge? Another one I would have struggled on because I can't remember that far back. But if you can get it, 2 points up for grabs. You'll get one of them, you get 1 point, so it doesn't matter. Question 8. There we go. Yes, City's 5 goals, of course. Another one, if I got 1 or 2 of these, I think I'd be happy. A 5-1 win was spread between 4 players, obviously, because so can you name the 4 players that obviously are involved in City's 5 goals? So City's 5 goals are spread between 4 players. So just give us the 4 players' names for 4 points for this one. That's the Brugge. On to Brighton. Here we go. Brighton, what year did Graham Potter take over at Brighton? So what year did he take over? Was it 2016, 2017, 2018 or 2019? So just for a point, what year did he take over at Brighton? 2016, 2017, 2018 or 2019? Question 9. Question 10, a bit of shirt maths now. You have to know your squad numbers, don't you? There's 3 players on the screen there, but what's the total? What total do you get if you had the 3 players' squad numbers together? So 3 guys on there, so have a think about that one. I'm not giving you near as. It's got to be spot on to get a point for this one. So 3 players, a bit of mathematics, a bit of squad knowledge as well, of course. So which 3 players? Question 10. On to West Ham, yeah, not the greatest. This is where it all started going wrong, wasn't it? Question 11. The West Ham badge that we see features crossed hammers. But what sort of hammer is it? It has a description, that hammer. So what is it? I'll give you options. I'll give you options. Is it a claw hammer or claw hammers? Is it tack hammers? Is it rivet hammers or are they blacksmith's hammers? So what are they? So I'll give you 4 options. Obviously the badge is up there. What type of hammers are they? So what are they commonly described as? Claw hammers, tack hammers, rivet hammers or blacksmith hammers? Question 12, yeah, here we go, obviously not great, was it? Name the 4 City penalty takers on the night. Obviously, we didn't take the 5th one. We didn't need it because we were already out, weren't we? But I'll give us the 4 penalty takers. There's the 4 points. But think on, can you name them in order they took the penalties? So that's an extra point if you can do that. I'll give you 4 points if you can name all 4, but if you get them in the right order they took the penalties, I probably would have got the first one and forgot the rest, to be honest with you. But if you get them in the right order, then I'll give you an extra point. So there's 4 penalty takers, an extra point if you put them in the right order. And the last 3 questions are going to be on the recent Crystal Palace game, another depressing game. Who's the glum City player there? Question 13. Who is it? Who's stickered out? Who's the miserable shoulders down City player? Question 13. This is the Palace game, don't forget. Question 14. Yeah, a little guess question. I'll take these from the Match magazine. If you watch my vlogs and you looked at my Match magazine review, you may have an idea what this is because it's the same one I featured in there. So let's see if you were concentrating or if you even bothered to watch it. It doesn't matter. It's out there for you. If you want to have a watch, please go and have a look at it. A guess question from the City magazine, from the City programme. Which 2 teams did Vieira manage before going to Palace? So it's 2 points up for grabs here. So which teams, before he went to Palace, of course, which teams did he manage? Which 2 teams did he manage? Which 2 professional football teams? That's question 14. And the last question, yeah, an odd one out, this one. Obviously, again, you may have an idea of this if you've obviously looked at the Palace, my Palace Matchday programme review vlog. There's an odd one out. One of these players I'm going to say now didn't play for both City and Palace. Just one of them. I'm going to give you 4 names, so if you can guess which one is the odd one out who didn't play for both Palace and City. Sun Ji-hai, Steve McKenzie, Keith Curle or Jamie Pollock? So which of those four guys actually didn't play for both? They certainly played for one, but they didn't play for both. They certainly played for City. So let me know what you think on that one. Sun Ji Hai, Steve McKenzie, Keith Curl, or Jamie Pollock? Which one didn't feature for Palace and City? Well, for Palace as well as City, because we know they all play for City, of course. Right, there you go. We enjoyed that. How did you think you did? I think it's 29 points. It might be 30 points. It doesn't matter, does it? If you get a full house, you get a full house, don't you? But let me know if you do. You'd be amazing if you do, to be honest with you. Absolutely stunned. As I said, if I did that now, I'd probably score about between 10 and 15. That's all I'd get. And I put the questions together. That shows how, that shows how bad it is. Let me know, please, what you get. Right, on to the answers. Here we go. Back to the Liverpool game. Of course, yeah, they've recently extended the main stand, but of course they were trying to get to a new ground, weren't they, at some stage? But that kept falling through planning permission and doing it, so they just accepted that they're just going to build Anfield as big as they can. So yeah, they're gonna take extend the Anfield Road end, of course, the end where the away fans stand and have stood for my first visit in 73, 74 was the Anfield Road end, and it still is now, of course. So yes, the Anfield Road end was the answer I was looking for. Question 2, yeah, the game ended 2-2. So I'll give you the scores, and this is the order. So you've got them in the correct order as well. Give yourself an extra point, so you can get 5 points if you got it all right and in the right order. Of course, Mane scored 59 minutes, so you didn't need to give me that. But Mane, then Foden, of course, equalised 69 minutes. Salah put Liverpool back ahead on 76, and of course, KDB, it went as his goal, even though obviously it came off the Liverpool defender. Scored the 4th in the 81st minute. So if you got all 4 and then obviously got them in the right order, give yourself 5 points for that, or just give yourself 1, 2, 3 points, whatever you've got. Question 3, yeah, KDB has sent it on his way there. Where is it? Yeah, well, if he said B, give yourself a point. It's obviously at B, the ball there, on its way sort of into the goal eventually. Burnley, let's have a look at Burnley. Yeah, the missing word in the headline, of course, Pep is eager for brilliant, well, it can only be one guy, can't it? Bernardo, of course, to stay a blue. Pep eager for brilliant Bernardo to stay a blue. That's question 4. Question 5, yeah, I thought I'd try and trick you with that. I thought there might be enough sort of rubbed out there for you to think it might be Ederson. But of course, it's Zach Steffen, isn't it? It's Zach Steffen in that game. But there you go. Mr. Ederson was still flying back from Brazil, wasn't he, to go to the next game. So he flew straight to Brugge, didn't he? So there you go. I tried to trick you there. Did I trick you? Probably not. So it's Zach Steffen I was looking for. And then it takes us to Brugge, of course. And they've featured in 2, and again, a bit of a trick. I mean, I'm trying to confuse your answer. Which 2 teams beat them? Well, it was the same team. So give yourself 2 points if you said Liverpool and Liverpool, because obviously Liverpool beat them twice. They beat them in the UEFA Cup over 2 legs, 4-3 on aggregate in 1976. And of course, they beat them at Wembley in the European Cup final in 1978. So give yourself 2 points if you said Liverpool and Liverpool, or Liverpool twice, whichever. So again, I'm trying to trick you today, Arthur. I'm not being nice today. And question 7, yeah, who's missing from the City 11? I would have struggled on this one, to be honest with you. And of course, it's Mahrez and Diaz are the guys who are sort of sticking out on that City 11. Question 8, yeah, City's 5 goals in the 5-on-1 was spread between 4 players. And the 4 players, I didn't want any particular order. Cancelo, Mahrez, Walker, and of course Palmer. Yeah, so Walker and Palmer obviously significant. It was their first goals in the Champions League, of course. So there you go. That's the 4 players. If you got 1 or 2 of them, give yourself whatever points equivalent. On to the Brighton game. And what year did Graham Potter take over at Brighton? Well, he came from Swansea. I think he only stayed a season there, didn't he? I think he was only at Swansea for 1 season. But he took over at Brighton in 2019, 2019. So if you said 2019, give yourself a point for that one. Question 10, yeah, the shirt maths, I always struggle on these. Mahrez, yeah, I mean, I sort of remember he's 26, Bernardo's 20, and I know KDB's 17. So if you had 26 to 20, plus 17, you get 63. So not 62, not 64. If you said 63, give yourself a point. You're not getting anything unless you got it spot on. 63 was the answer I was looking for. On to the West Ham game. Yeah, of course, yeah, the West Ham badge, yeah, interestingly enough, they are actually used in shipbuilding, or better known for being used in shipbuilding. It's, of course, they are rivet hammers. So if you said rivet hammers, give yourself a point for that one. Yeah, so they're classed as rivet hammers. So I might have plumped for blacksmith there, to be honest with you. But I say I do know because I did the question. But anyway, give yourself a point for that. Did you get that? That was a good one. I like that one. I hope you got that one right. And of course, the fourth City penalty takers, I might have got three of them. I probably would have forgotten one, actually, of these. And obviously, give yourself an extra point if you did them in order. Of course, Foden went first. We know that. That was the one I would have got easily. And then obviously it's followed by Cancelo, Jesus, and of course Grealish took the last one, and we didn't need to take our fifth one because we were already out, weren't we? So there you go. So Foden, Cancelo, Jesus, and Grealish. You got them in that order, give yourself an extra point. If you just got them in any order, give yourself a point per scorer. Crystal Palace, yeah, well, who's the glum player? It can only be really one player, can't it? As he strolled off after receiving the red card, of course. And, of course, we're talking about Aymeric Laporte, aren't we? So, yeah, the glum City player there is Mr. Laporte, unfortunately. Not the greatest game from our centre half, was it really? And question 14, the guest question, as I said, you'll probably know this, so say if you tuned into my match day programme watch, but yeah, or you probably knew this anyway. I mean, I certainly knew one of them. I didn't know the French team, of course. I knew New York City, of course. He took over there, but he obviously went to Nice as well in France, and I forgot about that. So I would have only got New York City for which two teams did Vieira manage before he went to Palace. That was the penultimate question. And to finish off, yeah, the odd one out. Yeah, which one of these players didn't play for both City and Palace? Well, yeah, it's Keith Curle, of course. Yeah, I mean, obviously the Jamie Pollock, McKenzie, and Sun Ji-hai all played for both. Keith Curle, interestingly enough, played for Wimbledon, who, of course, became, I think, after Keith Curle left. I think his last season was at Plough Lane. But then Wimbledon swapped over to play at Selhurst Park when he couldn't play at Plough Lane. So interesting, there is a connection, obviously. But as far as the questions are concerned, yeah, it's Keith Curle who actually didn't play for Palace, but he did play for Wimbledon, which it's a slight connection, but not the same thing. So there you go. I think it's 29 points. It could be 30 points. I mean, but hey, let's call it 29, and then it'll be a lot better depending on what figure you got once. Unless you got all of them, of course, then you got 30 out of 29. That's not bad going, is it? But hope you enjoyed that, guys. I do enjoy putting these together. Of course, we'll be back with the November one. I'm not too sure offhand how many games we've got in November now. I can't remember. I don't think it's as many as 6, is it? Because we've got an international break, obviously, coming up. So there might be 4 or 5. I don't know. But let's hope they're all wins, eh? Because obviously the old enemy's in there, isn't it? The guys across the road are going to be in that as well. So depending if we beat them or not, it might only be a couple of questions. If we beat them, it might be 3 questions. Who knows? But anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Let me know your scores, please, and let me any comments you want to make or anything you... Perhaps I try little things, and there's certain things I miss out, the spot the balls I put in and stuff like that. There might be other things I've done in the past that I might be missing. Anything you like that I've not put in, just give us a shout. You used to You Are the Ref, don't I? If you want to say You Are the Ref question, I can always stick one of them in as a wild card occasionally if you want to, if you're interested in that sort of thing. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Whatever you've got to do this day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. So we meet here again on the Citizens channel. Or perhaps have a look, please. If you've got a bit of a rest from football, check out my film and TV channel. I try and inform and entertain on there as well. And there's the odd quiz, but I've not done one for a while. I'll have to do another one. I'll have to do another film quiz. Yeah, I've not done one for a while. But either way, if it's on there or back on here, until I see you again, I only ask one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.